today I'm going to be going through some commonly asked questions that we get about using Protolyst. So these are the questions that I'm going to be going through today. I'll add some timestamps into the description below so that you can jump to the ones that are most relevant to you. So let's kick off with, is there a faster way for me to capture atoms? Yes, there's a few different ways that you can capture atoms. So let me just jump into a workspace. I'm going to add in some papers. So to do that, I'm going to set up a table, give it the title papers. And then to upload several papers at once, I'm just going to navigate to where all the PDFs are on my computer, drag and drop them onto this table, and they will upload into the table, one row for every paper. And I actually didn't do this, but one of the properties that we have is a citation property, and that will automatically, using the info embedded into these papers, go grab referencing information for you and also update the titles to the titles of the paper. So let's jump into one of these papers. We'll open up for you. And the way that you're probably familiar with capturing atoms is, as you're reading, highlight text in the file, select the Capture Atom button. So, fast way to capture an atom is you can open up the Atoms menu here, and as you're going through your paper, come across the bit of info that's interesting, highlight it, drag and drop it into this list here, and it will create the atom for you. So you don't have to hit the button, you just highlight, drag, and that captures an atom for you. And you can also use this drag and drop method to add atoms directly into a text editor page. So let me just add a new page in, set it up as a text editor, and let's call it like introduction for want of something better. To take advantage of the drag and drop, I'm going to open up the papers table in Splitscreen so that I get both of these pages side by side in my window. So if I control click on papers, you'll see that it's opened up. So I can jump into that paper that I was just reading. As you're working through, you can grab the bits of info that are interesting, and then you can drag and drop them straight into your page. And this method captures your atom and adds all the relevant tags and other data to it. So if we open up the atoms menu for the introduction page, you will see that that atom is displaying here as an atom for this page. So we've got the source tag, which will take you back to the source paper over here. And then we've also got another tag for introduction. And there is a symbol next to this tag, like a downward arrow, which indicates that the atom has been added into this page, rather than just tagged to it. And back in the source page, you can see that that highlight has been added in, representing it's been captured as an atom, and the atom appears in the atom list if we open up the atoms menu for this page too. So let's close all of that down. Okay, so let's add a tags table into this flow and talk about capturing atoms and adding tags. So I'm gonna set up the tags as a table called tags, unsurprisingly, and let's create a couple of tags, spell them right, that we might want to use when collecting information from papers. Sit with those for now. Let's delete that subpages property. Okay, so let's jump back onto this side of the split screen and navigate to the papers and open up one of the papers again. So we've got the tags table in split screen next to the paper. And as you're going through, come across the bits of info, you can drag and drop the text into the atoms box for the row which represents the tag that you want to add to your atom. So if I drop this in here, it's created the atom and added the key takeaways tag. So you can drag and drop any atoms that you want to capture into the relevant atoms property for any of the tags, and that will automatically add the tags for you. If you don't want to make use of split screen, there is another method we can use. So let's close this down and let's jump back into the papers table. So we've got the atoms property showing the atoms, or all the atoms that have been captured within this paper. We can make use of a filtered atom property to add tags to atoms that you're capturing. So if you add a new property, change it to type atoms, and then add a filter. So I'm gonna search for the tags table, and then I'll have a list of all my tags here. So I'm gonna add key takeaways as my filter for the atoms in this column. So where we'd already captured some atoms and they have that key takeaways tag, they're now displaying in this column. So let me add another filtered atom property for the other tag that we added into this system. Tags again, introduction. Let's close these up a bit so we can see them all. There. So again, we've got the atom that's been tagged as introduction displaying in this column. So if we open up another paper, scroll through as we come across the info that we want to capture as an atom, but also add those tags to, you can use the drag and drop method by expanding this properties menu. Now the properties menu displays all of the properties for the table that your page sits in. So all of the properties that we added into the papers table just now. So we've got the filtered atom properties for key takeaways and introduction. So as you go through and you come across that info, you can highlight and then drag and drop into the corresponding atoms property box to both capture the atom and add the tag. So there's a few different ways that might help you speed up to capturing atoms. Next question, can I customize my notes? Is there an option to add images, video, audio, etc.? Yes, let's talk more about that. So let's jump back into this introduction page, which is a text editor page. Let's delete this atom. So when you create a text editor page and you set it up, you'll be given this prompt to start typing into the top of the page. If you hover towards the bottom of that text, this bar appears with a little circled plus on the end. If you click this, it will open up the section menu. From here, you can add different elements into your page. So the top half, we've got, image, iframe embed, which is what you can use for video and slides, as well as audio, which you can add into the page. And then underneath, you're able to create new pages. So this page could be used as something like a folder page where you could then access other pages in your workspace and have a list of them all on this page. And then at the bottom, there's also the option to link to another page that already exists within your workspace. So if you click any of these ones, it will open up a new page for you to add a title to. Very imaginative title there for added page. When you close that, you will see that that has been added onto that first page that I was working with, this introduction page, as a section of the page. And sections can be reorganized with respect to each other by clicking and dragging this kind of 6-dot button here. So let's jump back to that idea of, adding in images. So when you click the buttons, you'll be taken through to the different options there are for you to add that section into your page. So you can paste the URL, you can upload an image, or you can just copy paste an image in. That image has been added into my page, and you can change the alignment and the size of your image. And let's add in a section above this and throw in a video. From sites like YouTube, if you go to the options and select share and then choose embed, you can then copy all of this and paste it in there, and it will add it as an embedded video into your page. And again, if you wanted to, you could move this around. And then at the top of the page for the title, you can add emojis to your title, and you can also add a cover. So you click on add cover and then go to change cover, and you've got the same options as for the image section of your page. You can upload, insert, or just copy paste. And you can also add a logo into the top of your pages as well. Let's also talk about formatting. So you can capture atoms in your text editor pages by highlighting the text and hitting capture atom. But highlighting the text also navigates you to various different formatting options to customize the look and feel of the text in your pages, and to add things like hyperlinks into. So highlight any of the text in your page to access that formatting menu. And just for completeness, let's also talk a bit about adding or linking, a page. So if you choose to link a page, you'll get to choose from all the different pages in your workspace. So let's go for the tags table. And you'll see that this is a link to the table. You can click it to follow it. Let's just jump back. So we're back in that page. When you hover over any of these pages that you've added as a section of another page, you'll see that there's a few different options that appear. And for tables, you have the option to view the table within this page. So if you click that button, it will open up a preview of the table. And from here, you can always link directly back to that table by clicking this button. And you can also change to different views. You can add those properties, filters, and sorts too, so that you can build that custom view of your table for this particular page. And if you ever want to collapse the table, you can use this 6-dot button, click on it rather than hold and drag to rearrange it, and you can convert it back to being collapsed. All right, can I use templates on Protolyst? Yes, we do have templates. At the moment, you can set up templates in your tables. So let's add in a table and set it up for something like meeting notes. Jump into the page, and because every row of your table is also a page, you'll get all the properties for that table at the top, followed by the different page type options. And there's an extra one. This is the page template option. So if you click on that one, you'll then be given the list of all the available templates for this table. So every template that you add is specific to the table that you add it to. Let's add a new one using this plus button, and we'll call it meeting notes. And again, you can choose the page type. So let's go for text editor, given that it's meeting notes. We can do attendees, the agenda, and the actions. Like we just talked about for customizing your pages, if you highlight the text, you'll then be able to set it up as a heading. So you can go through and add all the formatting that you like. And once you're done setting up your template, you'll know that you're editing a template because you'll have this yellow strap across the top. When you're done, leave the page and that will save your template. So now if we open up the empty row here, we can go into the page template option to set up the page. And you'll see that the meeting notes one that we just built is available. And from here, you can also edit that template at any point if you want to change it, adapt it, update it. So let's choose meeting notes and the page will be populated exactly as we prepared in the template, ready for you to jump in and start adding in all the info for your meeting notes. So that's like templates. You can also use the table as a template. And this is going to take advantage of vertical view. And in vertical view, you see all of the rows of your table consecutively. So they're kind of pulled together a little bit like a long document that you can navigate up and down and see the contents of. And the properties or columns of your table move to sit as rows. As an example, let's create a vertical view for this table, just to give you a little bit of flavor as to what I'm talking about. So you'll see atoms and subpages are no longer columns, they're now set up as rows. And if I add in a new page, it is added above and you can still see all of the contents for that. So you can set up the properties to be those different sections of your agenda. So as an example, I'm going to add the properties through the properties menu. So I can do add property, leave it as a text property, set it to attendees, change it to the agenda, and then also set it to the actions. You can also add in any other property types that you like. Let's actually hide the atoms and subpages. So you now have it set up in something of a template such that when you add again another new row, you've got all of those headings or sections that you want to have for every meeting that you're going to. And then you can click to type in and add in the relevant info for those meetings. And using your table as its own templates by using the properties like this in the vertical view can be useful so that you're able to easily and quickly refer to previous notes that have been taken in earlier meetings. And if you're interested in using Protolyst for your meetings, you might like this video. Can I see multiple pages at once? Yes, we do have the split screen, which allows you to see 2 pages at once. So we've got this page open. You can control click on another page to open it side by side next to this one. In between these 2 pages, if you hover, you'll get an arrow which will allow you to resize. And to close split screen, there's a little cross in the top of each side of the screen for you to close one of those down. Control click, very convenient. If you don't want to do that, you can always use the page options and choose split screen, and that will open the 2 pages side by side. Close that one again, or you can right click on a page and choose split screen. And last one for today, do you have dark mode? Yes, we do. So if you jump into the Workspace settings at the bottom of your sidebar, there's a few different options here for you to invite other users to collaborate, as well as other ways and behaviors that you might want to set in your workspace, one of which is dark mode. And if you toggle this on, it will swap your workspace to dark mode. So as indicated, this feature is in beta, so do let us know how it works out for you. So I'll wrap the questions there for today. Let me know if you liked this format. Let me know if you have any other questions that you would like answered, and if there are any example workflows that you'd like me to demo and put together as an example to help you with building your own in Protolyst. Thanks very much.